I'm running since I was a child, and already as a kid it was my dream to run a marathon. I mean, it's a dream of so many runners, because this distance is just... there's something magical about this distance. And so the day arrived, I would finally fulfill this dream of mine after weeks of preparation. But in the end, everything would turn out very different. So tomorrow is already the marathon. We are currently getting ready to drive to the town, because we're spending the night there. It's about to get real. So she's kind enough to come with me. So I'm getting serious road trip vibes right now. And so we were off driving to my first ever marathon, fulfilling this lifelong goal of mine. But in fact, everything started way earlier. I always knew I would run a marathon someday, but I have been coming up with excuses for a long time. Until this question came up in my mind. Why not now? And so in January I registered for the marathon taking place at the end of April, and I started training in February this year. The plan is to run 3 to 4 times a week, with increasingly longer runs at the weekend and runs from 10k to 12k during the week. Sounds easy, right? But soon I realized it's going to be harder than expected. It's time again to run a half marathon in preparation for the marathon. It's absolutely freezing here. I'm very motivated, so let's go. But to be honest, this run was a disaster. So my stomach hurts so bad right now. Honestly, I have no idea how I should run twice this distance. I mean, my legs were okay, but my stomach just hurt so much. I mean, the time is actually pretty bad, but honestly it's okay for my first half marathon in a year, I guess. It was actually really crazy knowing how it all started, and now being one day away from running this illusional marathon. So I think we are finally here. So I guess this should be the route tomorrow. We explored the town a bit, walked way too much one day before the run, and got into way too many embarrassing situations because of my camera. But during the preparation I also faced one of my lowest points. Right at the beginning of my training I got new running shoes. I felt like I was improving really fast, I could run longer distances, and everything felt way smoother. So another long run. It's actually getting better and better. But suddenly the unexpected happened. So I have no idea what this is. But I think it's just dumb continuing this run. So I'm in the car again. I needed to stop the run because my foot just hurt so much. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea why this is or what's happened. But after a few meters I could feel that there's something not right. I tried to force it for another 2 kilometers, but I just needed to stop. I mean, it got worse and worse, and I think it's just stupid forcing things here. And so it's a very unsatisfying feeling, honestly. So I read that it should be super beneficial for your recovery to expose yourself to cold water. And guess what I'm doing now? I even tried some very weird stuff, which obviously did not help at all. This is just a crazy idea. The water here looks absolutely muddy and it's already freezing. This was actually not the best idea of my life. Not being able to run really messed with my mental health and overall happiness. It's actually crazy what a big impact running has on my life. And once again I realized how much running actually changed my life.
And so after weeks of desperation and not being able to train normally, slowly the pain faded away and I was finally able to run again. Luckily, one day before the marathon, I did not have any problems like that. Before we drove to our Airbnb, we stopped at the local park and I took the time to reflect about everything, with the marathon only being a few hours away.
So it's just so unreal right now that tomorrow is the marathon. I mean, I trained for this for the past couple of months and I'm definitely excited to run. Surprisingly, I'm not even nervous. I'm just so looking forward to it. I just hope I don't get any problems with my stomach. I mean, that would be game over. But apart from that, I just hope that my legs don't feel that tired. I mean, we walked a lot today. So I just have to convince her to run a marathon as well. I think that would be the least thing to happen. She hates running. So last year I did my first half marathon here and it was just horrible. I mean, it was probably one of the most painful runs in my life because I just started out way too hard on this half marathon and I didn't train as much as I probably should have. So there are, let's say, kind of bad memories about this place here. So I just hope I can do it better now. Cool. I mean, I'm running since I was a child and already as a kid it was my dream to run a marathon. I mean, it's the dream of probably every runner because this distance is just, there's something magical about this distance. And so I just hope so much that I can fulfill this dream of running a marathon. That would be so special for me.
And for that reason I pushed myself further and further out of my comfort zone the last couple of weeks.
So this is going to be my longest run ever. It's going to be about 30 kilometers. I'm running with my mom. She's as crazy as I'm running these long distances. And yeah, let's see how it's going. The last 5 kilometers were just a complete struggle. I honestly didn't think I'm gonna make it. Oh shit. Honestly, I have no idea how I should survive that 42 kilometers.
But as if this would not be hard enough, my stomach caused more and more problems the longer the runs became.
My stomach hurt so much and I needed to go several times into the bushes to take a shit. Sounds funny, but trust me, it isn't. And I have these problems now with my stomach for quite some time and it's getting worse because recently I'm running a lot of long distances and if this happens during the marathon, it's over. It's literally over because it's getting worse with each kilometer and trust me, it's just horrible. And it's just so annoying because I could run faster, my legs were okay, but my stomach just prevents me from doing so. Oh, it's so fucking annoying.
But the final long run before the marathon gave me a glimpse of hope that everything would turn out fine. By the way, thanks for Anna for risking her life on a skateboard.
So this is going to be my final long run before the marathon in 2 weeks. Hopefully I can run around 35 kilometers, but that would be an absolute dream. So I'm at 50k and my stomach doesn't hurt.
So after this run I had basically zero energy left and I had the desire to eat a lot of sugar.
35 kilometers.
Somehow at this point I knew everything would be okay. I woke up this morning not really realizing that today is the day I will run my first marathon. Suddenly I was doubting myself. What if my stomach hurts? What if my legs shut off? What if we come late? These questions repeated over and over in my head.
So I'm just very nervous right now. In a little more than an hour as my first marathon. I don't know what I should think. Hopefully we are there in time. So yesterday I was not nervous at all, but now I'm just very nervous, honestly.
And then everything happened way too fast.
So 10 minutes until the marathon. It's about to get real, so I'm really nervous. Let's go.
Everything I've trained for, everything I've dreamed for as a child, it came all together in this single moment of unlimited potential. It was my moment, so I did not want to mess it up.
Im Hauptlauf hier im 21. Spreewaldbahn. Das Ende. Riesige Stadt.
Suddenly everything was quiet. All I heard were the footsteps of the runners around me.
So, kilometer 8, my stomach already hurts, so fucked up right now.
But I could already feel that this might not be the run I hoped for.
So we are at 19 kilometers. My stomach is okay, but it could be better. I just hope it doesn't get worse. My legs are getting a little tired. Honestly, I hope they could run a little faster. But anyway, let's fucking go. We're almost half the way done. Let's go.
At this point I pictured myself over and over crossing the finish line and feeling the joy of accomplishing this goal. Until I realized that this might never happen.
So it's so hard right now. We are at 29 kilometers. My legs burn as hell. And my stomach hurts. I already needed to go to the bushes and take a shit. It's so hard right now. My stomach hurts so bad. Honestly, I don't know if I can do this. Holy fuck. So 4th time in the bushes. I'm not very well. Fuck. I don't know if I can continue this run.
Why today? What did I wrong? I guess I failed, and realizing it in this moment was the hard truth.
My stomach just hurts so much. Holy fuck.
I walked the last 8 kilometers. My body did not respond the way I wanted it to, but I needed to finish it at least.
So people just passing me. I'm just so tired, my legs burn. I have no idea what's going on right now. I mean, my long runs, I already ran this distance way faster. I don't know what's going on.
It was probably one of the most disappointing moments of my life. Maybe I was just not meant for running. Or what did I do wrong? Despite crossing the finish line, it did not feel like I ran a marathon. It did not feel real, as everything in this moment. It felt like a blurry nightmare, hoping to wake up, but I could not.
So obviously that was not the way I hoped it would end. Up to kilometer 25, everything was so good. I mean, my stomach hurt a little bit, but I had a pace of like 4:45 to 5 minutes, which is decent. But I think at kilometer 26 or something like that, I don't know what was going on. I mean, I had to take a shit several times, 4 times, I think, which is obviously like, it's just so disgusting. And my legs, a few kilometers later, my legs shut completely off. I don't know what was going on. And I think the last 8 kilometers I had to walk. I literally had to walk because my body shut off. I don't know. I mean, I think I've never had to walk at a race. I mean, it's just super disappointing for a runner. I mean, all these people were passing me and I just tried to start again, but my body completely shut off. And yeah, walking for 8 kilometers in about 1.5 hours, you can imagine how mentally painful this was. I mean, I could kind of reflect about everything, but it was just, my mind just played so many tricks on me. And so what's left is a painful run, a lot of experience. And luckily my mom and Anna cheered me up a lot. My mom ran a marathon as well, obviously faster than I was. I don't know, but I thought a lot about it and I decided to run another marathon soon, in a few months. I mean, I just have to. I can't leave it that way. I just have to run another marathon again, and hopefully one I can be proud of.